Ladies and gentlemen, hello, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, let's read on Hotel Oslo Plaza murder, which took place in 1995 in Norway. And the murder victim, we have Jennifer Fairgate. Sorry, forgot the last name. So many people believe that she was some kind of a spy or some kind of a double agent uh, or some elite prostitute. She carried some mission, but truly her identity remained unsolved, just like what she's been up to, what was her mission that night in the Radisson Blue Oslo Plaza Hotel. All right, let's have a look. First of all, I'm gonna read on her personality, on her background, where she came from, just to have more info, and then I will see what truly happened, the step by step, those events. And was this suicide or she was simply murdered by someone? Because official version, yeah, she committed a suicide. That's the official says. But let's have a look. So speaking about her past, uh, she was not the ghost-like spy legend people later imagined. In the real life, she came from a very quiet, structured part of the Central Europe. And it wasn't Scandinavia. Most likely she was from a German-speaking country, in a place where discipline, privacy, and other were a part of everyday culture. Um, Her upbringing was stable on the surface, but emotionally, she often felt alone, disconnected, and searching for a place where she belonged. From a very young age, she learned how to keep her inner world hidden. She was observant, she was very intelligent, and carried herself with a calm that made her blend so naturally into any environment. These qualities drew the attention of people who operated in the shadows. It wasn't a government agency in the traditional sense, but a private intelligence network working between corporations, intermediaries, and social state contracts. They didn't need a hardened agent. They just needed someone quiet, adapted, and forgettable in the bestest ways possible. And she just perfectly fitted to that role. So she entered this world gradually. First taught small logistical tasks, which was given to her. Then through assignment that required travel, uh, discretion, uh, discretion, and silence. She wasn't a field operative or an assassin. She was a courier of information, someone who delivered messages, documents, and sensitive materials between people who performed not to be seen together. Uh, Although, in return, the organization offered her a structure, a sense of purpose, and protection she felt she lacked in her early life. So her role simply made her constantly mobile. She lived between hotel rooms, airports, and rented apartments. always under different names. So those who knew her before, um, this life likely assumed that she worked an ordinary job that simply required a constant traveling. Um, but her true world was called uh, one of the coded phone calls, quiet meetings, and assignments that rewarded detachment. Um, okay, let me a little bit think more. And yeah, so by by the time when she arrived in Oslo, she was already experienced. She was trusted, and she was also uh, accustomed to secrecy. Yeah, but something went completely wrong on that trip. She either met the wrong contact or uh, someone else who intercepted her mission. So the calmness she showed to the hotel staff wasn't a confidence. It was a discipline. It was a strict training which she learned before, and she sensed danger, but she followed the protocol and waited. Whoever entered her room that final night, it wasn't a stranger uh, to her line of work, um, and she likely understood the threat too late. Her death erased her identity, but not the truth. She was a woman shaped by secrecy, drawn into a world that valued her invisibility, and ultimately consumed by the very shadows whom she served. Okay, so now let's have a look more closely on those details. What really happened step by step that night in Radisson Blue Oslo Plaza Hotel. So yes, let's continue with this following question. What truly happened? The events step by step, starting from the moment when she arrived at that hotel. All right, so just give me a moment. All right, so uh, when Jennifer Fairgate arrived at the Oslo Plaza Hotel with the precision and calm confidence, suggesting a mission planned long in advance. Her demeanor, relationships, and habits show she was not an ordinary traveler, rather someone trained to blend in, possibly a courier or operative working under the strict instructions. So the circumstances of her death reveal deep contradictions. Uh, the apparent suicide carries the mark of a staged precision. It wasn't emotional chaos. It feels as though someone assisted her or ensured that the scene told a specific story. She was not truly alone. Her identity remains hidden not by accident, but by design. Uh, Layers of protection, false documents, and erased trace uh, point to the involvement of a very powerful structure, either intelligence service or even a shadow organization protecting both her and themselves. Her mission seems to have involved delivering or retrieving something of importance. Possibly it was some kind of information or an object tied to international dealings. Uh, Simply fate turned against her, and when the plans shifted, she became simply expendable. So from beyond, her energy speaks of regret and unfinished business. There is sorrow, but also I'm capturing acceptance. Uh, she wants the truth to emerge, yet she knows it must come in its own time. Her story is one of duty, sacrifice, and the hidden cost of secrecy. Uh, that's what I can tell about this one. Sprayed. Those circumstances happened. Uh, okay, let's have a look. One more question because we need to find out about what exactly happened. I mean, the person who shot it, how he entered the room. So was he already there, or was some kind of an agent, or because okay, this one layout showed that it wasn't a suicide, it was a assassination. She was just simply killed because of something, some kind of information. Okay, let's have a look more closely about the perpetrator. Yeah, because it's a quite interesting case and very puzzled, very complicated. Okay, so unknown assailant or shooter. Okay, let's read on his energies, his appearance, and the truly motives. Why this person shot Jennifer. Also some kind of a person in disguise, like some kind of a like a double agent or just simply agent from another organization, probably. Very tricky one person. This info I get from this card on the bottom. Some kind of a deceiving. Okay, I need to analyze this for a couple more moments. I'll be back to you soon. Alright, so speaking about this person, the man who entered Jennifer Fairgate's hotel room at the Oslo Plaza was not a stranger, nor an intruder who forced his way inside. He arrived with purpose, very calm, deliberate, and fully aware of why he was there. And Jennifer recognized him. She let him inside willingly, expecting a conversation. So I don't feel any danger because she knew this person, and this man was older than her, likely in his mid 40s to 50s at the time of her murder. His appearance carried the weight of authority, a strong, disciplined, disciplined build. He had a very sharp facial features and a controlled, almost military presence. His clothing would have been tidy, understated, understands professional. Uh, the sort of look that doesn't draw attention, but signals experience and rank. He wasn't charming in the conventional sense, but he had the unmistakable confidence of someone used to commanding respect. So he didn't came to as a lover or a friend, he came as a superior. Jennifer had been involved in something larger than herself, a network, an operation or an assignment that required secrecy and a strict loyalty. Her role was important but not central. She was someone who carried information, someone who uh, facilitated a movement, someone who knew just enough to be useful, but never enough to have true power. Yet at some point, whether by accident or misconclusion, she crossed an invisible line. She learned something she wasn't meant to know, or perhaps she attempted to walk away. So the man who came to her room, um, he was uh, he was the one sent to resolve the situation. He spoke to her first. The encounter began with conversation, negotiations, or even warnings. She tried to remain composed because Jennifer was not a recklessly emotional person, but deep inside, she knew her fate, and her fate had shifted. So this man, he remained calm throughout. So to the very beginning, I mean, from the very beginning till the very end, he remained calm. He did not act out of rage or passion. His actions were uh, procedural, like a procedural, trained, almost emotionless, completely emotionless. And this was a part of his work, part of the mercenary. He had long become accustomed to. Mm, like, yeah. So, and when he finally acted, it was with precision, no struggle, no chaos, just a black, clinical end to a life that had become um, inconvenient to the system she had been part of. So yeah, she just became like a like a pain in the ass for them, and was the problem which needed to be solved. I'll just say restated. And afterwards, he just vanished very smoothly, very fast, and very efficiently. He knew how to disappear. He had done this already before because he also was very professionally trained agent. So yeah, in conclusion, only thing what I can say is that Jennifer Fairgate's death in this telling was not a spontaneous strategy, but an operation executed by a man who lived in shadows, answered to higher orders, and ensured that the secrets she carried disappeared altogether with her. And that's pretty much it. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, hit likes, write your comments, post notification bell, and see you guys very soon in the next investigation videos. Thank you. Bye bye.